Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So Timothy Bradley finally releases what he believes Mikey Garcia sees in Errol Spence. And he says Errol Spence don't move his head. And, I would have, if this was 2 years ago, and you guys remember, I've done videos on it maybe 2.5 years ago. Um, Me and Derek James had a great conversation about Errol Spence and the height of his powers and the potential he could be, and more important, who the fighter he was in the moment. And um, I've seen great progression with Errol Spence. I wish I can do like fight breakdowns and with actual footage. I would have so much fun with that, man. Man, I wish I could. I really, really wish I could, but I don't own the rights to those videos, man. I wish there was a way I could do it. I really wish I could, man, do like an hour film study and break down the fights and just have fun. You know what I mean? Just, be Monday morning quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? We all Monday. Well, I don't watch football, but college football. You know, um, I think that us together could have some fun. The feedback and the conversation we could have through the comment section and video to video. But Earl Spence has come a long way. Um, I think Earl Spence is far greater than how um, Timothy Bradley envisions his head movement from 2 years ago. Um, People still see him in the ring against Kell Brook when he had a tight defense. He was stiff, and he came with the game plan. I'm going to break him down. Don't you know he did that with one game plan and uh, no big time fight experience? And Errol Spence has grown so much since then. But all Errol Spence got to do is get hit. He's 26, 27 years old. If he gets hit with a Mikey Garcia jab, he'll start moving his head. He'll start parrying and catching and slipping and doing what he needs to do, fighting on the inside. You know, I think Errol Spence, he hasn't shown it yet, so I'm going to say I think. Errol Spence is a 5'2" boxer. The same way they say about baseball players, he can run, catch, hit for power, hit for average. You know what I mean? Steal a base. You know what I mean? Get a Golden Glove. He can be a Silver Slugger and a Golden Glove type of athlete. I believe Earl Spence to be that. I think I've played basketball against Earl Spence, and he has a level of agility about him that he hasn't shown yet. And I'm uncertain if you're gonna see it this fight. I think you'll see a lot more of his agility against when he fights these top welterweights. Um, Kind of like a Sean Porter, kind of beating the Sean Porter to the step, maybe closing the ring off against a Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? And um, but Errol Spence hasn't shown us everything. I just believe that just based off of his frame and how you perceive what great athletes look like. And two, I've played basketball against him. I actually guarded him in a basketball game. Tried to post me up. But I'm not talking about his act to play basketball, his level of agility, his level of athleticism that he actually used to play the game of basketball. So um, he's he's an athletic, as they call an athletic bastard. He's an athletic bastard. He's a freak. Um, he's physically gifted. Uh, I think he has the ability to adjust. I think he has the ability to be an athlete in the ring. Um, he is a dominant lead step type of fighter, not really a counter puncher. He likes to make you submit. That's his style. Um, and he's coming. And I think Timothy Bradley would have been right 2.5 years ago. But I believe, my humble opinion, it's hard to get the it's hard to get to, and realistically, it's hard to consistently get to an Errol Spence head because of his because of how he fights. It's gonna be hard. You got to throw some hooks. You got to throw some overhands, to actually get to Errol Spence head or anything like that. So excuse me, but again, he finally releases what he thinks Mikey Garcia sees, and Errol Spence don't move his head. It's gonna be a long night for Mikey Garcia. I can't see him withstanding Errol Spence a 12 round, even if he just decides to abandon being a prototypical boxer and just being an aggressive front foot dominant type of puncher. I think that style wears Mikey Garcia down in itself. So but I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. I'm highly excited for this fight. I can't wait to cover this fight live and in color and in person. I get there March 12th, and I'm gonna do my best to give you as much as I can, as I always do, man. To advance the sport of boxing and get these fighters paid. There's no Fred. Why you always advocate for these fighters getting paid? There's no retirement plan in boxing. There's 50 different sanctioning bodies in boxing. I mean commissions. Every state has their own commission. And there's no unified sanctioning body. Thought my daughter woke up. There's no unified sanctioning body that addresses the physical needs of these fighters when they retire, and the financial rewards that they should have for entertaining us for 40 fights and 50 fights. And you understand what I'm saying? So I'm always going to advocate that the fighters, um, obviously you want them to fight the best, but I always advocate for them to get what they rightfully deserve, you know. So and but Timothy Bradley had some points, but if this was 3 years ago, I would lean on the side of Timothy Bradley. But Errol Spence has come so far, and he has the ability to make adjustments. He just haven't had to. His footwork. Go watch Chris Algieri's fight. Watch his footwork in that. I didn't watch all these fights, so I'm like obsessed with it. I watch all the stories. I watch all the fights. Like I'm gonna watch all the Tank Davis fights this week. I'm gonna catch up on that Hugo Ruiz kid. I'm gonna try and find some fights on him. And but watch Errol Spence footwork in that fight. He's gotten so much better, man. So much better. And he's on his way. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Uh, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and we got some fights coming. We got, man, we're locking and loaded, man. Boxing is these storylines in boxing are so engaging. It's just I'm honored. I just want to say thank you again for allowing me to for you guys to value my perspective. There's so many different perspectives on boxing, whether it's in print or whether it's in video or v or vlog form. You know what I mean? You guys have so many options. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys, and we'll sit back and see if Mikey Garcia can exploit what Keith Thurman, excuse me, what Timothy Bradley says um, it to be true about his lack of head movement. Errol Spence catches a lot of that stuff too. He has a high guard, but it's not really like an intense high guard, but it's a high guard. He catches all that. He likes to parry, with his power hand, with his left hand. He likes to parry and catch all that stuff. We haven't really seen him slip a lot of work because he really haven't had to. You know, we fell in love with Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather, so we think the ace high of the welterweight division and these lower weights have to slip and be physically athletic bastards all the time. His athleticism is in his power. His athleticism is his ability to become 5'3" and go to the body. You know what I mean? His athleticism, his ability to stay on balance and throw power shots. Not, I would say 50% of boxers, they can throw punches their whole life. They throw power shots, they're off balance. You know, a lot of fighters got a lunge. I'm talking about orthodox fighters, got a lunge to throw a left hook. You know, a lot of fighters fall in on after a jab to the right hand. They throw a jab and throw a right hand. They fall in right to their opponent. You know, his athleticism may be able to stay on balance and go to the body. So these are a lot of there's different levels and real acute levels of athleticisms that show up in timely places that boxing fans and sports fans don't really pick up on. But to be able to perform in a box is amazing in its own right. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to perform and be a great athlete when you're literally getting hit is an accomplishment and amazing in its own right. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And Timothy Bradley has spoken. Talk to you soon. Peace.